All right, let's talk about this though. We're going back to May of 2019 when 15-year-old Malik Ramirez, a then Page High School student, lost his life in a drowning incident at Buffalo Lake. That happened right here in Greensboro. So shortly after his passing, you may remember this, his school started up a Learn to Swim program to keep his legacy alive and prevent another tragedy like this from taking place. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey has more on this.
Yeah, Eric, knowing how to swim is looked at as a luxury by a lot of people, but it's truly a skill that can save your life or someone else's. For the first time since 2020, Page High School and the Greensboro Aquatic Center have partnered up once again for the 2023 Malik Ramirez Learn to Swim program.
Yes, it does. It's bittersweet, you know, because it's a good thing that they're doing it, but I still miss him.
After a 2-year pause, the Malik Ramirez Learn to Swim program is back at the Greensboro Aquatic Center. And his mother, Barbara, is glad to see the kids back in the pool.
Well, actually, it's a good program because they don't have swimming in school no more, so it's a good thing that they're doing it now.
For the next 2 weeks, Page High School students of all ages will dive in head first with a common goal in mind, learning a life-saving skill.
But the instructor, like when I went underwater, she helped me relax my body. But the instructor was very nice. Like, she was very patient.
Eric Negley is the principal over at Page High School and one of the founders of this program. He was at the Aquatic Center today as a fresh batch of students take on a new classroom setting.
Knowing that they're going to be able to obtain such an important life skill that will save them or save someone in the future is just really exciting.
And Malik's mother, Barbara, she also shared that she started a grief group for mothers who've lost children. And next week, she, the ladies, and Principal Negley will all be participating in next week's swim class.
I can't imagine losing a child to a drowning, but I would imagine that helping spur this and year after year knowing that you were potentially saving countless children's lives by helping them learn to swim has just got to be a little bit of some closure or maybe just some peace.
Yeah, like Miss Barbara said, it's very bittersweet for her. Yes, does it pain her to, think about her son and the way his life was cut tragically short, but it brings her joy to see these other kids picking up this life skill and hopefully preventing it from happening.
I love that they're doing this. I almost feel like it should be mandatory in all schools because it's a skill a lot of people unfortunately haven't learned. I know I've spoke about myself with swimming on the 4 to 5. I took lessons when I was 3, but I cried and kicked and screamed, so I didn't finish. And that's something I wish that I would have done because it is a life-saving skill. And I feel like if it's forced upon you, then you'll definitely learn it.
Absolutely. Well, and you can say, oh, well, I'm just not going to get near the water. You will be close to the water at some point in your life and something can happen. I didn't either. I never had swim lessons. I had to teach myself in like an apartment complex pool that was near our house, and I would just go in there and sneak in and just practice myself. But it's so important. We got our kids all swim. You got to do it.
I hated taking swim lessons.
I
don't know what it was about it, but I just really didn't like it. Maybe it's because it was Wisconsin and we were in a lake. But
oh my
it was really cold. But I'm so glad that I did.
Yeah.
It is one of those skills, like you said, Lauren. Everybody needs to know how to do it.
You're absolutely right, Chad. I'm right there with you. I took swimming lessons. My parents started me when I was very, very young, probably before I started playing any other sport. And then actually when I was in high school and college, that's what I would use as my cardio. But just knowing that I have that comfort in that water is something that I didn't take, I took for granted for a good amount of time because I didn't know it was irregular. But
even
now
just
to find
treading
out,
water, just knowing how to tread water.
Because that fear is a big thing and panic and can cause some unfortunate situations to happen.
Great story, Jalen. Thanks.
Thank you.